Hebrews 9:10, KJV, which stood only in meats and drinks and divers washings and carnal ordinances imposed on them until the time of Reformation. In 1987, my parents purchased a '74 Chevy Love mini truck for me. They bought it from my Uncle Gary for $500. It was a 4-speed stick shift with locking hubs and 4-wheel drive. It even had a camper shell. It also came with 4 dry rotting tires. The first thing my dad did was take me down and put 4 brand spanking new tires on that little beast. Well, they were 4 brand new retreads. If you are unaware, as I was at the time, of what a retread tire is, let me enlighten you. A retread is an old tire that has its tread totally trimmed off, then replaced, or glued to a new tread. Think of peeling a potato, then gluing on some fresh layers. It only took about a month, and driving down the highway with my next-door neighbor Eddie Vance after taking in a matinee. And bam, one of the front tires began to separate. Apparently the hot summer streets of Las Vegas had melted the adhesives. I was terrified and embarrassed. But we lived. What today's verse is describing is not a retread of the Old Testament. Literally, the word used is reformed. Jesus alludes to this with the parable of the old and new wineskins in Luke chapter 5 verses 36 through 38. As it reads, "No man putteth a piece of a new garment upon an old, if otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and the piece that was taken out of the new agreeth not with the old. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish. But new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved." Jesus and the Holy Spirit are that new wine. Notice that there is nothing wrong with the old wine. Rather, it is the previous container that is waxed old. No longer able to contain a new wine, due to its rigid and worn nature, it would crack and separate from the pressure of the off-gassing that new wine produces. Putting a new patch on an old wineskin would only disappoint. New wine requires a new container. Hence, when a believer is made new having received the gospel of Jesus Christ, they are made new, as having received the new covenant made by the blood of our high priest. The new believer is now fit to grow and expand, as our new life requires. Nope, Jesus did not come to offer a retread regarding what has come before. He has come to make all things new. To reform us, check out 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 17, and get back with me. Discipleship on the go, at DHBCLV.